If you're a fan of this show, you know I'm not much of a stats guy. I'm not a big fan of statistics. In fact, I use statistics as little as I have to. Stats are a good tool. Stats are not terrible. I just think stats are not the end all, be all. I think stats don't often tell a complete story. They're just a small part of a bigger picture. In fact, I think stats, I've seen people do this. Stats are very easy to manipulate. You can leave certain things out or include certain things that make your opinion look better. You can use stats and frame them to fit many different arguments. In fact, you could use the exact same statistics, the exact same numbers, and use them to make an argument for one thing or an argument on the other side of the same exact thing. So when people use stats, for me, it forces my hand. I use stats as well. But I think stats often, we give them too much value. We put a little too much worth in statistics. Now, recently, people have been talking about Jimmy Garoppolo's stats from the end of last season and comparing them to other players and saying that Jimmy Garoppolo is overrated. That's preposterous. First of all, Jimmy Garoppolo is not overrated. Remember, stats do not tell the entire story. I'm going to leave stats out of this one, for example. You cannot just look at statistics. Did you see what happened at the end of the season in San Francisco? Jimmy Garoppolo, here's what happened with Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo made bad receivers great. So suddenly bad receivers or average receivers were playing fantastic, making great catches, doing things all over the field. But it wasn't just what Jimmy Garoppolo did as the quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo elevated and inspired everybody around him. The defense was playing better. People were excited. The stands were excited. Jimmy Garoppolo ignited a fire that lit up and lifted the entire 49ers franchise. Jimmy Garoppolo, that's what drives me nuts. When people talk about just his statistics, this will be a short segment. They talk about how Jimmy Garoppolo's overrated. They compare his stats to this guy and that guy. And what they forget is that there's a bigger picture at work. Jimmy Garoppolo did not just elevate the 49ers quarterback play. Jimmy Garoppolo lifted and inspired an entire franchise and got them out of the depths of hell. Remember where the 49ers were before they got Jimmy Garoppolo. Think of now the mindset. Think of now the excitement around San Francisco, how the Bay Area is so excited about Jimmy Garoppolo, and everybody believes in the 49ers. That is what Jimmy Garoppolo did. Jimmy Garoppolo did not just make the 49ers better statistically. He didn't just elevate the quarterback play of the 49ers. He gave the 49ers hope. You can't undervalue the power of hope. The 49ers think they have a better chance. In fact, the 49ers were quoted. Their running back, Carlos Hyde, was quoted. If we restart the season right now, we might have a chance to win the Super Bowl. That is how confident the 49ers are after receiving Jimmy Garoppolo. You can call Jimmy Garoppolo overrated all you want. If you do, frankly, I think you're an idiot if you think Jimmy Garoppolo is overrated. He deserves a huge contract, a huge long-term contract, because he's, again, not just a great quarterback statistically. He gives you things on and off the field that elevate your franchise. He's a culture changer. Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers are a great match, and the 49ers are much better because they have Jimmy Garoppolo. He is not overrated in the slightest. In fact, I think he might even be a top-tier quarterback. The 49ers might compete for a Super Bowl next year, and that is solely because of the addition of Jimmy Garoppolo.